What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I am excited about these baits because I've been eyeballing these bastards for a good while, but they are Picasso chatterbaits, but they're not chatterbaits, or not chatterbaits, bladed jigs. They're hair jigs that were converted into a chatterbait. See, they're a hair jig with the chatterblade on it. And they've got a weird looking little, the way they're on there too. But I am super stoked and excited about throwing these bad boys. And it looks like you don't use a trailer at all because there's not a keeper on there, which is cool because, you know, I got the bluegill color and then got a shad color. These were like $15.99. And if you get on Tackle Warehouse, their sale's about over. Their spring sale, so if you're going to get anything from Tackle Warehouse, I'd suggest you go ahead and do it. But these were $10.99 instead of $15.99, so I was like, you know, I'm going to grab me some of these bad boys. I've been eyeballing them for a while now. I'm really super excited about that because everybody knows I throw a naked chatterbait quite a bit in the spring. But to say I'm not excited about that is a definite understatement. I got that out of the way, and I wanted to share another thing with you. When you fish, you try to learn as much as you can while you're fishing, so that way you get better. The Mooch Minnow is being such a big player for me. Like, it has exceeded my expectations of what I thought it was capable of doing, even though I've seen it, you know, DC and Jacob Wheeler and on winning tournaments on it. But I did this past Sunday. I was fishing the cold muddy water, and there's a sidewalk that the water was covering that I was trying to get on top of and keep this bait right just barely on the bottom because I thought that's where they were. Well, come to find out, they probably were, but that's not where I was getting bit at. Where I was getting bit at is I would cast it out there by the sidewalk, let it go to the bottom, I'd work it towards me, and when it hit the bottom, I would work it like a Ned rig. So you get the best of both worlds. You can shake your minnow with a bobber, and once it hits the bottom, you can work it like a Ned rig. You can drag it, bounce it, hop it, whatever. And that's how I caught 5 fish, or, well, 5. I caught a crappie too, but 4 bass in muddy, cold water. I was considered lucky to catch 1. I thought that was a miracle, to catch 1 where I was fishing. But to catch 5, I thought that was pretty impressive, and it was on this color right here. I said it was green gizzard in the video, but I apologize. It's just called gizzard shad. But just on a Ned head, just a Ned head and a slip bobber. Even though in the video I wasn't using a slip bobber, I was using a clip-on bobber because that's all I had. I asked the dude I was fishing with if he had one because I don't have one, and he gave me this one bobber that was sitting in the back of his truck. He said for a good year, and I ended up taking advantage of it and catching some fish and having a decent day, in a day that I almost said this is not worth my time because I thought I wasn't going to catch a damn thing, like literally. And that does not happen very often. I do not get that opinion about fishing hardly ever. I can't think of another time recently that I've said, you know what, I don't feel like going fishing because I don't think I'm gonna catch anything. I'll go even if I don't think I'm gonna catch anything, which has happened many times. But anyway, I just wanted to show you all those 2 techniques. I don't know what to call it. The hybrid minnow, where you get 2 techniques in 1 cast. I think that's pretty cool. Especially you bank dudes like me. You can throw it out there. Let's just say you set it at 10 feet. And, you know, the bottom is 12. You work it up. Shaking your minnow until you hit the bank that it's coming up towards you. And now it's on the bottom. So you just work it up that bank and just like a Ned rig. So you're basically 2 techniques in 1 cast. I think that's pretty damn cool. And it happened by accident, and I learned a new technique by accident, just off of, like, I guess you could call it intuition. Like, that was the only way that I felt that I could make this bait sit right there on that sidewalk underwater. But I thought that was pretty cool. And another bait I'm gonna be throwing this year, I'm gonna be throwing more soft baits. This is the 6-inch whale. This is Clearwater Rose, I believe. And I got another one, another color. I can't remember the name of the color. It's clear, and it's got this bluey, greeny flake in it. It's a really cool looking color. But last year during the spring, I threw way too many huge baits. I was throwing 9-10 inch baits. I'll be honest, I just wanted to catch a big fish. That's really all it was. And a lot of days I walked away with 0. So this year I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I'm gonna throw the same type of baits, the glide baits, the big soft baits. No, not the big soft baits. I'm gonna still throw soft baits, but they're gonna be smaller soft baits and smaller glide baits. And I'm not gonna work in. That's gonna be a part of that mooch minnow. That's gonna be a part of my whole deal, along with the chatterbait. So we're gonna have naked chatterbaits, the hair jig chatterbaits, the mooch minnow, and smaller swim baits, whether they be glide or soft baits. So yeah, that's gonna be. I go on vacation in March, so I will have hopefully some halfway decent content coming. If things align right, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. But anyway, I just wanted to share that stuff with you all, and thank you for tuning in. I'll see you all on the water.